about to go in. Told me that I couldn't do it, but I gotta bring it back, so they're really numb with it. Let's go. Tell me where you're from, where you stay. Know I keep it lit from the coast to the bay. Peace on the right.
If you guys are sick of wasting money on packs, go check out my sponsor. They offer the cheapest and most reliable way to buy coins straight from the source. Use code MAZE at checkout for 15% off your entire order.
Top of the morning to ya! Welcome back to the channel, everybody. In today's video, we got episode 2 of this week's Weekend League Recap. We're going over games 11 through 18, and it's a banger. Some of you guys commented asking why I was running the Carolina bunch as opposed to the normal Patriots, and the reason for that really is just because of how high-powered the bunch is. It's a lot of one-play touchdowns. It's a lot of vertical routes, and that's, I think, just how I like to play. That's more conducive to my play style. So as you guys are watching the gameplays, I'm sure you're going to notice how much more often I'm connecting on one-play touchdowns and more deep developing routes than I was when I was in Patriots. And I think that's just because it's two different kind of offenses. Patriots is more conservative, more checkdowns, more running the ball out of like a slot and stuff like that, a more balanced attack, while Carolina is a much more vertical offense and gonna push you deep for big plays. Now, obviously, you can make both work, and they're both very good in their own way, but I think just the way my mentality is when I play Madden, I'm always wanting to push the ball deeper, and so Carolina is just a little bit more conducive for that. Now, I still am very comfortable in Patriots, though, and I'm still gonna be making a Patriots offensive ebook that I will be selling, so if you guys are interested in running that offense I've been running for the entire year so far, that will be up in the next couple weeks, but for now, we are staying in Carolina. Now, as always, before we get into the content, I'm gonna go over the best comments of the day. The first coming from Hassan Barakat, who said, "Prayers up to T Dangers. Nothing wrong with her, but God help her when she's giving head to an angry Mazomatic." And the second comment comes from Dick from the Discord, and he said, "Yo, Maze, next time you throw a touchdown, say, 'Holy shit, I want to suck cock off a stick, baby. Woo!' Question mark, question mark, question mark." Is that a question? Holy shit, I want to suck cock off a stick, baby. Woo? Holy shit, I want to suck cock off a stick, baby? I don't know. One thing's for sure, I'm never going to say that. Never. If you guys remember from the last video, we just switched theme teams over to a Cowboys-Washington theme team. The reason for that is Gannon gets up to a 98 overall with Washington, and Dion and Allworth get the Cowboys chem. Dion has 98 speed. And then on the defensive side of the ball, we got Sean T, of course, at a 99 overall, and Troy Vincent at a 99 overall as well. Now, in the future, if Randy Moss comes out, we might go to Raiders in order for Charles Woodson to get the upgrade as well. And our offensive playbook still in the Carolina bunch, defense in the 4-6. Heading into our next game, we are 9-1 going into game 11, and our first opponent has Charles Woodson, Steve McNair, and DRC. But it doesn't even matter, because before we even get to the kickoff or the first play or anything, connection or peer has been lost. Surprise, surprise, classic EA. Thankfully, we got the victory. I don't know if his connection gave out or what happened, but now we are 10-1 going into our next game, and hopefully we don't get the same issue, because I would like to load into a game. So starting off a game, finally, on the offensive side of the ball, we're running this double post, and over the middle, we almost get hit as we throw it and get an under pressure inaccurate. To be honest, wasn't the best read, but at the same time, would not be a Mazomatic gameplay if we didn't start off the game with an interception. Now we're giving our defense an opportunity to make up for it. We're in that ass, which pushes him out of field goal range, and he has to punt us the ball. So we kind of get a reset on the game. We get a fresh start, get a turnover right back, and now we are firing on all cylinders. To the sideline is Deion Sanders on the deep corner, and then he runs this man coverage again, and we throw the post route to Allworth over the middle. Holy shit, I want to suck cock off a stick, baby. Woo! Night Train Lane kind of got picked on that drive. We threw at him a couple different times, and we got the completion every time. So now back to the defensive side of the ball. That is Pat Watkins undercutting the route with the user lurk. A stop and go does not work, but it's a great turnover nonetheless. So now we're 7-0 in field goal range, looking to extend to 2 possessions. And we do just that. Lance Allworth with another catch over the middle on another post route. That one's just a man killer. And so now we're up 14-0. It's his ball again. If we get another stop, this game is as good as over to me. But he is driving a little bit better this time. Takes up most of the second quarter. And now inside the 10-yard line where we run a man coverage look at my red zone D is pretty solid. That is Pat Watkins, all 6'5" of him manned up on the tight end, making a diving interception, giving us a turnover, and now any points here is going to put this game in the bag. Another deep corner, that is Deion Sanders once again down to the 21-yard line, and as time expires in the first half, we do get that field goal, go up 17-0, And coming back from 17-0 is tough in the second quarter, or the second half. Now, thankfully for this guy, he does get the ball to start, and on a 4th and 16, barely gets a conversion. I really wasn't too happy about that, but I made him take up the entire quarter on this drive. So even though he went down, he did get 7 points right here. He brings it to a 7-17 game. The game is essentially over because I made him take up that entire quarter with the drive. I played really conservative, played off, and made him basically throw the ball inbounds and chew clock. And so because of that, he only got 1 possession in the second half. So he didn't do anything wrong, but just clock management was better by me. So we got the victory, 11-1, going into the next game, and we're starting off on offense. And so I'm assuming that means I'm going to throw an interception. Gannon dropping back to pass. Cox a deep one. And that's Terry McLaurin on the other end, beating DRC, getting a catch down in the red zone now, where we have an opportunity to get some points. I told you guys I was going to throw an interception, and there it is. Perfect timing user pick. I don't really know what happened right there. That was like an outside. I don't know what zone that was that played that to undercut the out route, but he did it nonetheless. Doesn't matter, though, because the defense comes through as always. User lurk getting the first points of the day on the defensive side of the ball. Something that's really not that uncommon. I tend to do that quite a bit, but it's 7-0 now, trying to play some defense once again. This time, he does find an open receiver in Lance Allworth. He's going to catch it out to across midfield now at the 44, and he's driving on me. His first quarter's coming to an end. He's been finding some nice receivers, but that one bounces off the back cleat of my cornerback and is picked off by Shaquille Griffin. And Shaquille Griffin actually has a pretty nice return. He gets across midfield to the 44. So that's a pretty big turnover right there because my opponent was looking like he was going to score. Now, unfortunately for us, we get caught in a 4th and 8, and we go for gold on 4th and 8. We find Deion Sanders on the deep corner, and he's able to beat his man. And that corner route, I swear, like 9 out of 10 times is going to beat man, but then every now and then just gets absolutely locked down. I don't really understand why. Now, our defense comes up big once again with another turnover, this time a fumble 6 off of the user rush. And now because of that, the game is, to me, over. It's 21-0 in the first half. Pat Watkins with another user lurk, and this time we got more space. Again, tried a little stop and go, inside, outside, nothing there, but another turnover, and we're already up 21. So any more points here, kind of just icing, because I feel like this game is already over, and Terry McLaurin right on cue with another catch into the end zone to make it 28-0. And at that point, my peer has conceded the game. We got the victory again, so we're on a little bit of a win streak now, 12-1. Going into game 14. And again, I think it's mostly because of the new team. The new team is absolutely phenomenal. You see, the guy I'm playing right now, though, has a very similar team to me, almost the same top 3. And that means he's got a God Squad. So it's going to be God Squad versus God Squad, and we're starting out on offense. Now, let's see this time if I throw an interception starting out on offense. And it doesn't look like it as we hit the cover 3 beater, 1-play touchdown. That Z spot and go, if you smart route, the corner route just becomes the most killer cover 3 beater, and I go over it all in my freaking sub-only ebook. So if you are interested, for all my Twitch subs, it's in the Discord. Go check it out. I know I've probably pitched it a million times, but now my opponent, obviously a little spooked after that 1-play. Yuddy throws an interception. Not the best read by him, and we come down with the turnover. So once again, going back to the cover 3 beater, not open this time. Looks like he adjusted and deep halved, but we got Allworth on the playmakered in route. Now, he was coming across the middle and was going to be covered, but we just playmakered him right up the field, and it ends up working. Find some space now at the 12-yard line, and it looks like we got a post over the middle. That's Scary Terry once again, extending the lead even further. Now 14-0, back to the defensive side of the ball, and a lot of you guys were asking in the last video what defense I'm running. I audible from nickel 3-3-5 normal to nickel 3-3-5 wide. Helps me get safeties and extra DBs on the field, and as you see right there, the defense is absolutely locked down. Another perfect timing user pick, another turnover, another opportunity to score points and extend our lead.
That's a Stevie.
Not my best read. We tried to throw the corner out to the sideline. We even lowballed it and everything. But unfortunately, it was intercepted by my opponent, giving him the ball once again. So here we are, 1st and 10. He's at the 27-yard line, and we are in the second quarter, and he's down 14. So as long as we don't give up 7 here, we're still going to maintain our 2-possession lead, which is big. But unfortunately for us, our opponent goes all the way into the end zone. He went all the way in, not just the tip, all the way in. But he is staying in this cover 3, and we got a 1-play Yuddy. Once again, that's Scary Terry on the cover 3 beater, and it makes our lead 14 points yet again. The comfortable 2 possessions. I talk about it all the time, but I don't like playing games when I'm only up by 7 points or less. I got to be at least 8, because even with 8, you know there's no chance that they can go down and take the lead. Charles Woodson in a phenomenal play that was man coverage. He ran with a post route and dove and intercepted. That led to another 3 points, extending our lead to 3 possessions. So anytime you're in the second half and you're up 17 points or more, the game is as good as over to me. If you play the clock right, there should be no reason your opponent can come back. Now, especially when you get turnovers on top of that, Pat Watkins with another interception. My opponent felt the pressure as well. Pierce conceded the game, and that is going to do it for game 14. So now 13-1. The win streak continues, and we are heading into game 15. This one, my opponent's got Sam Mills, Deion Sanders, and Marlon Humphrey. I don't think it's any comparison to Troy Vincent, Sean T, and Rock Hard Rich, but we're going to see what he can do. Starting off the game on offense, and you can tell he's only rushing 2. He put 9 people in coverage. He's running that typical double Mabel, double hooks in the middle, deep having everything. This dude was playing like a bitch all game. I'm not going to lie. He's just only rushing 2 and like playing coverage, hoping for me to make a mistake. And you know, when I start off the ball, I'm usually going to make a mistake. I'm almost always going to make a mistake. But this time, we did not. Touchdown over the middle. You guessed it, Scary Terry. So starting off the game hot on offense. Now for the defense can follow. We will have set the tone and hopefully go up by 2 possessions. He shows us that's probably not going to happen as he throws a deep crosser to Darren Waller, who gets a gain of, that would look like 40-yard pass. I swear to God, that looked like a 40-yard pass. And then he just playmakered this drag up and had a million yards in front of him. And this is a theme you guys are going to see. This was the ultimate bot. This guy, I don't even know what to say. He ran the exact same defense every play. He only rushed 2, ran double Mabels with double hooks, and then on offense, he ran spread with 2 streaks in the middle and then 2 drags and would just playmaker one of the drags. And I don't know why. It was like the ultimate demon scheme. And I throw just a bad read, and he gets up, runs straight into a mosh pit, and apparently nobody can even lay a hand on Ed Reed. He takes it all the way back for 7 at the end of the first quarter. So that's not a good way to start. And then this game, I don't know if I've ever been more mad in the game. This was like, you know when you just play one of those bots, you just can't figure it out? Like, what they're running is just so simple that it just outthinks your complicated scheme. That was this game for me, man. This guy just was running the exact same thing on offense and defense every time, and I was just overcomplicating it. Like, I don't know why I could not figure it out or stop it, but it was so annoying. So thankfully, we're able to drive down, get 7 points, tie up the game again on a long, methodic drive, because the way he was playing, you couldn't go for big plays just because he was playing everybody off, so you had to be slow with it. And then on the offensive side of the ball, he gets his big run inside the 2-minute warning in the second quarter, and then now he's back to the spread. I run double hard flats to stop the drags, and then this time he runs like slants. Look at the playmaker, and then he just has all the time in the world. Now again, I'm only rushing 3, but this guy had so much time every single play, and on top of that, I had 3 double or nothing, so I'd expect at least one of them to get a nice block shot every now and then inside the red zone, I thought he was going to run the ball. I ran man coverage. He hit Darren Waller for a touchdown. So he's up again, and we got about 20 seconds left in the half. We get a nice gain there across midfield out to the 37, and now with 20 seconds left, we're going to run the ball, and instead of just keeping my field goal range, my running back, Adrian Peterson, had the audacity to fumble, lose 4 yards, and then we were just outside of field goal range. So we don't even walk away with points at the end of half. Now on defense, it's back to this spread, double playmaker shit, and I blew a gasket aneurysm central, bro. I could not figure this shit out because, oh my God, whenever I would double Mabel to stop the double drags or put extra guys in the middle, he would throw the streaks. And thankfully, he ends up making a bad read. That's Charles Woodson with the great hands, getting the interception. And so now we got an opportunity to go down and tie up the game because that guy was, I was losing it. I was fully losing it. We end up hitting the wheel route late to Jonnu Smith, a solid gain right there out to the 42. And now at the 29-yard line, we're going back to this Z spot and go post. Now, this corner route, I mean, was open. I should have pass led it to the sideline more, but I thought I could squeeze it in there if I pass led it up, and it led to a turnover. So because I got overconfident, I got overzealous, we end up turning the ball over there. And then back to this playmaker shit. Dude, every time it would be like bagged and he would just like playmaker someone and there's a million yards. I couldn't figure it out. And don't comment, oh, you want to stop that play, you just got to do this. Shut up. Shut up. This was a demon scheme, okay? You guys don't understand. In theory, yeah, it should be easy to stop, but this is not theoretical. This is real-life demon shit. So now he's up 28-14. We got 3 minutes to go in the fourth. I'm driving with the ball. Got to go down here and get 7. It's do or die at this point. Deion Sanders on the sideline down to the 5-yard line. From there, we run the ball with Adrian Peterson, who gets into the end zone. Now you don't fumble, buddy. Now you don't fumble. So 2:30 left in the game. Got to get a stop. Got to stop the double drag demon. He ends up throwing a crosser. We had Shaquille Griffin right there, who unfortunately does not get the catch. At this point, I'm like, EA's out to get me. There's no way that was coincidence. And then he throws it deep. Once again, an overthrow, but we dive and don't get the interception again. And he ends up punting us the ball. So now 2:13 on the clock. We got to go down and get 7. He's running the same defense as usual. We end up finding the wheel route once again. I start developing a kind of a scheme to beat this defense he's running. Now 2-minute warning has hit. We got 2 minutes to go to get 7 points. Looking for somebody open, not finding much. End up playmakering this time. I can playmaker too, bitch. I can playmaker too. Now at the 20-yard line, 1:30 left in the game. We run mesh post, looking for an open receiver, find the running back, and that is a laser. Boom, just like that. Game tied up 28-28. He's got a minute to go, and he's running the same scheme. This time, he playmakers again. I had him manned up, so I don't know how the man coverage was so bad that with a playmaker vertical, usually they stick with him when you playmaker it up, but I guess not that time, and he goes ahead once again. So we got 40 seconds now. We got an opportunity to go down and get 7 and tied again. A big gain there. Barely got that pass in there, but it ends up giving us the ball at the 30-yard line with 25 seconds to go. We go back to that corner route. This time we do pass, lead it to the sideline, get down to the 2-yard line, and with 20 seconds to go, that's Mike Allstott. Up the middle, fullback dive into the end zone. So 20 seconds. Let's play some defense. Don't give up any crazy plays. We only rush 2. We play crazy coverage. Everything is bagged. There is absolutely nothing open. But right on cue, this stupid bitch. I got cheated. Now he's on the precipice of field goal range. I go with the user blitz, and everybody is manned up. And Cliff Harris gets burned by Darren Waller to end the game. And I have never been more livid in my life, and I can't even catch a break in the Slither world. I try to go to Slither to calm down, and it just raises my blood pressure even higher. But we end our win streak like that to that demon, that absolute bot, and now we're 13-2 heading into game 16. So that was a terrible way to end the winning streak. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, completely candid, I blame it on Madden fatigue. I blame it on Madden fatigue because going into the next game, we throw a C route against man coverage and it gets intercepted with no one step ahead. I don't understand how, but that's not a great way to start. But again, it wouldn't be a maze gameplay if I didn't start off the game with an interception. So now we're only down 3-0. Great pocket presence by me. We end up finding the deep Z post to Terry McLaurin, and we are moving now. We are moving and we are grooving. Another post to Scary Terry. This time, it gives us the lead. So now we're up for a rough start, but now if we can play some defense, this game's over. Pat Watkins diving with the user alert. Get up, buddy. Move that big ass. Move it. Groove it all the way. 44 yards back the other way. 14-3 now, and now the game might be getting out of hand, boys. Second quarter, 3 minutes to go. We are still usering like crazy over the middle. He tries to throw the crosser. I was on it, but I came off it. He ends up completing the pass out to the 42. Pretty big gain. In the future, I got to remember, if there are 2 options, always run with the deeper one because that's probably the one they want to throw. Honestly, that's probably the one they want to throw. But because of that big gain, he ends up getting in field goal range, gets another 3 points, so it's 6-14 now, 1:55 on the clock, and that's another laser over the middle. Scary Terry. They don't call me Big Lays Maze for nothing. We get caught in a 4th and 4. He ends up blitzing the house, and I go back to the out route one too many times. I flew too close to the sun. You know, I hit that route plenty of times on that drive, and on 4th down, I should have mixed it up a little bit because he read me like a book. Thankfully, the defense is still strong as ever, and Sean T looks like he might get ran down, but he gave a stop and go for the motherfucking haters, boy. And we erase our turnover just like that. So now it's 6-21. Got a solid lead at the end of the second quarter, and he gets 3 points to end the half. So it's 9-21 now in the second half. It's his ball, and he's actually, you know, he's played this pretty well, even though he's being pretty conservative, taking his 3 points every time, and he's kind of getting dominated on both sides of the ball. His field goals have really kept him in this game because he's not completely out of it yet. If he can go down and get 7 here, all he needs is 1 stop, and it looks like he is driving and getting the job done as he gets inside the 10-yard line now, and down to the 2. He's going to run the ball and get in with Reggie Bush. So just like that, he's back in this game. All he needed was 1 touchdown. Those 3 field goals got the job done, and now it's 16-21. Unfortunately for him, we do got the lazes. Like I said, they don't call me Big Lays Maze for nothing, and we are already in field goal range. So I'm up by 5 in field goal range. As long as I don't turn the ball over, I will be up by 8. But every time I say something like that, I turn the ball over, you know, so no surprises there. Threw a low-balled in route, and somehow the DB behind him intercepted it. Not too thrilled with the way that one played out, but the defense, again, always makes up for it. We fuck up on offense, make up for it on defense. A little stop and go there with Pat Watkins after the user lurk, and we go all the way back to Glory Land, to the Promised Land, to Valhalla. We get a touchdown, and that pretty much puts this game away. With 2 minutes left, we just got to play a little bit of defense. Pat Watkins with another user lurk over the middle. Did I mention he's 6'5"? Yeah, he's 6'5", over the middle, a little bit of a menace. So with that turnover, connection to your peer has been lost, and we get the victory. So we lost 1, but we didn't make it a pattern. 14-2, hoping to get another win streak now heading into game 17. My opponent's got Deion Sanders at wide receiver. He's got Cam Chancellor, and of course, Charles Woodson. So starting off with the ball on offense, let's see if we start off with our usual interception. An absolute dot right there to Jonnu Smith on the sideline, going to give us the ball at midfield. And now from the 33, running the Z spot and go. And of course, we're looking for the cover 3 beater, and it is right there. That is our boy, Lance Allworth from the 50s, making the catch there. He's old as shit. Somehow still playing in the league today. Second and inches, we end up getting an interception with DeMarcus Ware. I got caught on the D-line, and we peeled back and still were able to get the lurk. Now having the ball at the 11, and this play just makes me so mad because even 3 points is huge here. But my running back was wide open. We could have got a touchdown on that play, but I threw it into double coverage. I don't know what I was thinking or what I saw. I'm legally blind. What can I say? This time, no DeMarcus Ware interceptions as he's dotting us on the crosser to Darren Waller. Gets the ball at the 48-yard line at midfield. 2nd and 16 here. Running with that crosser this time myself. And he tries to throw the other one. But this time, that's our boy Charles Woodson with a nice interception. And we get the ball right back. So this time, please no turnovers. We're in a 4th and 18. We got sacked a couple times. I tried to throw this flood play, but we just didn't really have the time. Honestly, I don't know why I went for it again. I should have just punted it. We're playing a really good defense, but sometimes when the Madden fatigue hits, He tries to throw the post route a little bit late, and that is Charles Woodson again. That is his 2nd interception of the game, and gives us the ball again. So Charles Woodson has been absolutely huge for us. Probably our best DB, really. Jonnu Smith with the absolutely disgusting stop and go. Gets out to the 24-yard line. And so once again, we're in a position where we could kick a field goal that would be huge. It would give us a 2-possession lead. I just got to make sure I don't turn the ball over, but a field goal is not good enough. Terry McLaurin on the streak gets open on another cover 3 beater, and I'm just a cover 3 beating specialist, baby. And guess what? Charles Woodson with his 3rd interception of the game, another perfect timing user pick. This time it's in opponent territory, and with 1 minute to go, that interception was huge. Connection to appear has been lost. Charles Woodson in the first half had 3 interceptions. And now we are 15-2, hoping to go 16-2. My opponent's got Night Train Lane and Lance Allworth, some oldies. And of course, Troy Vincent, Sean T, Rock Hard Rich. Now, starting off the 18th and final game of the video on offense. And as usual, starting off with an interception, perfect timing user pick. Now, that was a cover 3 beater. And I swear Lance Allworth had like 5 yards on him, but by the time the ball got there, that ground had been made up already. So I think what I got to do in the future if I do run that is I need to throw that a little bit earlier, because I think when I waited like that, it gave Lattimore time to catch up, when really, if I would have thrown it, it would have been a dot. It doesn't matter, though, because the defense always steps up. We always start off with a turnover on offense, and then the defense comes in strong. Pat Watkins with the amazing user lurk takes it 86 yards back the other way to erase our blunder on the first drive. So 7-0 late in the first quarter, and we're back to the defensive side of the ball. This time, he runs a cover 3 beater, and Lance Allworth able to squeeze by Sean Taylor, get into the end zone to tie up the game. And in the first quarter, I can already tell this game's going to be a little bit of a shootout. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to hang, but I can tell he runs bunch just like me, same Carolina bunch, and it looks like we're moving pretty easily on each other. So now 7-7, it's our ball once again, and I know my offense is going to have to get points. We run that Z spot and go, and that corner is deep down the field, all the way to the 14-yard line. That was a gain of like 35, and on 4th and goal from the 1-yard line, we go for it. And as time ends in the first quarter, we get the touchdown. So 7-14 now as we head into the second quarter. We are using that crosser, but Pat Watkins just not fast enough. And I think I'm going to be switching my user to the new Isaiah Simmons because he gets much higher speed. Pat Watkins only at 94 speed, and Isaiah Simmons will be at 97. Then my opponent with the great playmaker over the middle to the 1-yard line, where he has a fullback dive into the end zone. That's Reggie Bush getting in there to tie up the game once again. So like I said, we are in store for a shootout, and it looks like I got the cover 3 beater again, but this time I throw the corner route. I don't want to risk it throwing it back to Lattimore. And that was a play I was talking about earlier where I think I need to throw it just a tad bit earlier. So 1st and 10 now, fresh set of downs, 2-minute warning has hit, and we're looking for an open receiver, not finding much, and end up finding Square late. That's Allworth with the aggressive catch down to the 25. And our goal here is to score, but also not give him too much time because we only got a minute left, and I don't want to give him time, but we do get into the end zone and give him the full minute, so we're going to see if he can do anything with it. We're up 7 points now. He's got an opportunity to tie it at the end of half. He's running this PA boot play that I made a video on. Probably one of the best plays in the game. It's very difficult to stop. And he gets him out to the 35-yard line with 41 seconds to go. He's still got a timeout as well. So at this point, I've already given up 3. My goal is just really not to give up 7. But Charles Woodson in the flats, he says, fuck no to any points. I don't want you to get any points, baby, and gets the interception. Now, I used to have Charles Woodson on my outside corner spot, but I've noticed he makes a way bigger impact when he's playing in the slot. That's so high. What? And then we followed up with that cover 3 beater I was talking about earlier. This time, we end up connecting with Allworth, and it's not an interception. And with 18 seconds to go, we're up 2 full touchdowns. And even though he connects right there on the crosser, gets inside field goal range with only 15 seconds left, he ends up kicking the 3, but we're still up 2 possessions. So going into the second half, that's what I always want. Up 2 possessions. We're up 11 points right now, but it is his ball. So we can go down and get 7. He is very much in this game, but he throws a Stevie. Guess who it is? Our favorite, Charles Woodson. You guys are going to notice he's gotten so many interceptions this video, and it's just because I switched where I was playing him on the field. He makes such a big impact over there in the slot. 1st and 10, I had a million open receivers. Literally everybody was open, and I decided to wait and playmaker the hitch. I don't really know why. It's almost like I'm trying to keep him in this game instead of putting him away. But 4th and 4, we end up getting him in a 4th down here and hopefully going to get off the field. But he has this like man-beating little fade route, gets open, gets into the end zone, and it's a game again. 25-28, I'm only up 3 points, so I got to go down and get 7 here. We go with that cover 3 beater, and that's what I was talking about. I got to throw it earlier. He was open. He like 5 yards on him, and I think if I throw that earlier, he catches that. But Lattimore able to make up that ground, get the interception, and as time is expiring in the 3rd quarter, he's about to tie up the game or take the lead. So I'm about to blow this big lead I had in the 4th quarter. He runs that little PA boot play again, but I knew it was coming, so I sent 8. I sent a million people. We end up getting the strip sack on Culpepper, and Troy Vincent picks that one up, takes it all the way back to extend our lead back to 2 possessions. So we did get a little bailed there, but that's his fault for running the same play over and over again to the point I knew it was coming. So we end up, making a nice adjustment there and making the stop, and then he follows it up with an interception. That's Sean T playing over the middle and getting there to make the stop on the cover 3 beater. We almost get crazy sticky with him on it. We get like a million different stop and goes, but I went to the outside at the last second and ended up getting tackled. Now, to be honest, that probably would have been my clip of the year if I would have got that, but it was so close, just inches away. We followed up with a nice run there to Adrian Peterson, and that's going to officially put the game away. So we end up getting the victory there, 16-2 through the first 18 games. And the final games will be up on the channel tomorrow, as well as my weekend league rewards. And even though this is a pretty good start, 18-2 is not bad. I feel like those 2 L's were most definitely avoidable. I feel like they were demon bots, like no money spent demons, the DDA, the whole 9 yards. And then, of course, at the end of the stream, got to simmer down, calm down for the Madden, and play some Slither and slurp up that meat. So if you guys are interested in seeing the remaining games as well as my weekend league rewards, again, that will be up tomorrow morning, games 19 through 25. I'll see you guys then.